flip all this stuff around though. Yeah. This. Oh, this one we have to click. Reach out. No! This is not how this works. Get over here. No. Nothing's tangled, right? So last I recall, we repaired the car fully, and then the issue was, well, we're doing okay, we're behind, but we're not going to get dropped by the pack. But we're just basically going to finish mid-pack in this one. I hope this is an okay place for this. We have a fresh set of tires, cool. Vehicle's tuned, let's go.
Starts 80, don't cut, 4 left, good luck.
And I'm somewhere near the pedals. Alright, good. Hell's the start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 80, don't cut, 4 left. 30, turn unseen, 2 left around Bale, cobbles. Don't cut, 3 right, 3 left, and 1 right, tightens around Bale, cobbles. 30, 1 right, don't cut, 2 left. 40, turn 2 left around Bale, tarmac. Keep left over 160. Turn unseen, don't cut, 3 right long, tightens 2. 30, flat left long.
Whoops. Hello, game.
30.
I don't know what the hell that was. Just keep going.
6 left long, 50. Over jump, 50. 6 left long, 50. 6 right long, opens of a jump. Long crest and flat, 6 right, opens of a jump. Into 6 left, tightens of a crest. Into 6 right of a crest. To keep middle of a crest and flat right, 100. Keep left of a jump, 50. 6 right, opens of a crest, 50. 5 right. 60.
Yo, Koya, how's it going?
Keep left of a crest, 30, 5 right long. Opens of a crest. Into 6 left long. Caution, tightens 3 over crest. tightens into bump jump.
Figure we do a
into
couple
full
rounds
right.
of this to warm up, and then we go to
50.
Formula 1.
Keep middle of a
Grilling
crest jump.
corn.
80.
Grilling the corn.
6 right of a crest. Bumps.
See, I'm like in your backwoods over there. I'm in the
6 left
in the
of a
middle
crest.
the
Slow.
woods.
30.
Your
4
slogan
right
is
long.
from the middle of the
120.
woods. I can remember your slogan. We've yet to crash the
Left of a
car.
crest. Into
Oh my
flat
God,
right of
we're
a
catching the
crest.
leader.
Into 4 left.
What? How is that happening?
Opens of a crest.
That must not be the correct leader.
Into 6 left long. Tightens of a crest. Into
Yeah,
4
could you
right
imagine
long.
going like 100 miles an hour down them? Just somebody yelling directions.
Into 6 left of a crest jump. 100. Flat left of a jump. Extra long to keep middle of a 170.
Long ass straight.
6 right.
Oh my God, we're in the lead.
50. Flat crest and 6 left long of a crest. Into 6 right. Opens of a crest. Into 6 left long of a crest. 100. Turn 4 right.
Where? Oh, here.
Into 5 left. Into 2 right. Tightens tarmac. Into 5 left. Caution 100. To chicane left entry. 30. Turn, don't cut 3 left long. Opens 6 extra long.
Let's just put a chicane in there and see how that goes. Ass hats.
Into 6 right, tightens 5, gravel. 60. 4 left, tightens over crest past junction. 30. Crest and 5 right long of a crest. And 6 right. 6 left long. Caution 30, 6 right, tightens of a jump. 30. Flat right of a long crest. Into 6 left long of a crest. Into 6 right long of a crest, tightens 5 to crest and 4 left. Opens. Slow 80, turn 3 right of a crest. 80. 6 left, opens 80. 4 left, tightens 3. Into 6 right long of a crest. Caution slow 50. Crest into 2 left, tightens. Into 4 right long of a crest. 50. Keep middle of a jump. 120. Turn unseen. 3 right, tightens. Opens. To tarmac. 6 left of a crest long. Opens 80. 5 right of a dip. And finish into 6 left. To stop. Well done.
Hell yeah! That was a good ass stage. Good stuff. We may not be first because it
How did the
starts,
car feel in
starts
that
you in
stage?
reverse.
Do you want to
reverse
make
order.
any setup
And so
changes
we were, like,
at the next
mid-pack.
service?
So we may not be number 1 overall, as you can see. So this guy crushed us. But we still did really well, considering I don't know what I'm doing. And we're a clear minute away from the worst cars. Puts us in 12th overall, but you can see we're getting beat by the Mini Coopers pretty bad. We'll do one more stage of this, and then we'll switch over to F1. Please don't be an 8. Oh no!
Starts 6 right, into 6
Don't
left,
break
30,
your headlights
4 right.
because there's a
Good
night
luck.
stage. Oh god.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 6 right, into
is
6
it
left,
night?
30, 4 right. Into slow, 5 left, and turn 3 right. Opens of a crest, 30, 4 left long of a crest.
Why is it nighttime?
Opens 100 of a jumps. Keep right of a jump, a tree, and keep left of a big jump, 30. Keep right of a crest, into 5 left. Into caution, 4 right, tightens, 3 of a crest. Into 6 left long. Opens of a crest, jump, 30. Slow, 6 left long, opens 20, turn unseen, don't cut 1 right. Opens, tarmac, 50. Keep middle of a crest. Caution, 30, right entry, chicane.
I have no idea what those calls were because we're messed up. I heard chicane. Okay, there's a chicane.
1 right, 6 left, 300.
Right entry.
Turn unseen, square left, 50.
What the hell is going on here? I don't even know where the hell we are.
4 right long, opens 80 over bumps. 4 left, opens of a crest.
I feel like I'm lost in the woods somewhere. I'm about to be killed by Jason.
Into turn, 4 right, extra long, tightens 3. Into 4 left.
4 left.
30.
Where the hell's 4 left? Here it is.
Cut, 5 left, into 5 right long.
I'm not cutting.
Into 6 left, opens of a crest, 30. 4 left, tightens of a crest, into 5 right, 30. 5 left, 40. 4 left of a crest, 50. 6 right of a crest,
Oops. Didn't mean to
into
do that.
6 left long. 100 of a bumps.
That's how the
6
real
right,
thing works.
extra long. Opens of a jump. 50.
Jason's just chasing me the whole time in his Cadillac. I don't know why it chose a Cadillac.
4 left long, narrow, and turn
Oh, well,
3
so
right
much
long.
for that. Whatever that sign was, it's gone now.
Opens of a crest. Into 5 left long, tightens 4.
Oh, hello.
50. 6 right, extra long, into 6 left.
Where's 6 left?
Into 6 right,
There it is.
into 5 left, opens
Hello.
extra long.
I should be going faster, but I really don't feel I can go faster. It's really bouncy.
Into 6
too.
right. Into 6 left,
Scared all of
extra
those
long,
fans.
100.
Yeah, there's
6
usually
left,
one night stage.
Opens of a crests, 30.
But since we upgraded to the next cup, now there's 6 stages instead of 4 per race.
6 right, into 5 left, 80.
Gotta be near the finish. I can't see it because of chat.
Keep middle of a long crest, into 6 right, into 5 left long,
there's the finish
tightens
markers.
4.
Okay, I don't know what's
50
about
after
to happen
finish.
here. Let's just do this.
6 right long, tightens to stop.
So the clock is stopped here when you're getting to the marshal. Wow.
That felt good, but let's check the times.
I can't see a damn thing. I have the brightness turned down on the computer too. 19th, there's a whole gaggle of cars. 13th. So now I believe we get a check station for an 8-legger. Oh, in the wet, yeah. That's just great. That's just great. What do we got here? What needs to be repaired? Bodywork, the brakes. Replacing the brakes takes, oh dear. That's probably all we can do. There you go, standard. Quick fix. Alright. What the hell else needs to be repaired? Oh, I must have clicked no. Not rain tires. It's the last, there's only 2 stages left. Okay, let's do some F1. Let's do some F1. But we're not doing too badly on that. So what happens is we're now in the Clubman instead of the Open. Well, let me. Yeah, see, this is Open versus Clubman, and the key trick here is that the AI difficulty is higher, and it's just making like a random championship, like a whole set of. Does it show? Yeah, see, there's instead of 4, there's now 6 different events, 6 stages each to do the championship. But you can just go into regular mode, free play, and just play the World Rallycross Championship, or make your own custom championships too. All right, let's switch to F1. Great job. So I think we bumped, or we're bumping up the difficulty one iota, I think. I don't know, we'll figure it out in a moment. I don't remember this track particularly well. Grillin' corns, yes it does. Well, I don't know. We don't really grill much. Ow. Our car has gotten better. Weather forecast clear. This track is crazy. Why am I number... Oh, I am number 1 right now. That's why we needed to move up the difficulty. We don't have any points available to spend. Yeah. We're winning a little bit too easily. Anything that needs to be changed out right now? Can't see because I put you there. So we got here 35. We're probably okay. We'll see. Last season we went through all of the engines. So we're gonna do some practice laps here. We'll keep practice at the same tempo, but when we get to quali, we're gonna move up the difficulty 5 points. So this circuit never actually got run. because the season, of course, got all messed up.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
It's dark. Loverish. I mean, it's dark. Oh! Hello. You're good at this. Oh, it didn't pick up the correct... Hello? Okay, that's neat. Yeah, I gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. We literally just loaded up the track. Menuing. All you saw was menuing. Let's do tire management first. We don't really care if we get all of the points. We just need most of the points. Loverish to the rescue. How are you doing? You can see it's a street circuit, very heavily.
This test is all about tire management.
Thanks, game, for kind of like putting me on a turn there.
Oh
right, we changed the traction control. I hate this track. Wow. I finally found out I can get telemetry off of this game too, which is something I actually need. Oh, hello. And that is why traction control on medium is going to be our death. A little wheel, it's a big wheel. I could drive my rig with this. Should we just play like hardcore Euro Truck Sim where we use actual maps to play? We're going to have to change our diff. Can I change the on throttle diff on here? Something like that. I'm going way too slow on this lap, but that's okay. Truck drift. Well, we have a rule in hardcore. The idea is you take 1/3 of the time it takes to let you deliver the thing, and you have to deliver it within. You have to basically go as fast as you possibly can, and you can't look at the map or use the GPS. And if the load gets damaged, that's just the way it is. Okay, car is fast in this straight. Might even recover the target time. Let's not be in neutral. Alright, so moving up the diff helped. Not there. Are we gonna go to a higher diff, or we just should not touch the curbs in that situation and slam the throttle? Don't slam the throttle on the curb is probably a better option. Alright, let's have a better lap.
We need to pick up the pace. We're not hitting our target. We'll need to rerun the program if we don't get the time delta back in the green.
What's on mediums? This track is not easy. All the tracks at the beginning and end of the season are tracks I don't know particularly well. The Europe tracks are much better. Well, maybe pick this game. I love this game. I've done sim racing for a really long time. Not that I'm amazingly good or anything, but it's a lot of fun. This corner sucks. I don't know, I've been having all kinds of focus issues, and months ago we were trying to play Factorino, and I just don't have the focus for it, and then someone was playing this online. I saw the F1 series that I hadn't played, and I realized they had a pretty killer career mode in it. It's a lot of fun. So they all went on sale, so I got it. And I watch Formula 1 every week, so I know a lot about auto racing. Hello. That was really, really loosey-goosey right there. there's a break there. Well, that's the lap. Hey, we did it.
Program complete.
Your interests are diverse. I figured what makes you think about speed gaming a game. This is literally speedrun the game. There's nothing else to it.
Our
You
best lap
just
so
go.
far is a 1:42.9.
Do we really want to do fuel management? What are our team objectives? Consistent. Let's go into the car setup here really quick. Why do the road squares change colors? That's trying to give me a dynamic braking zone. Trying to. Okay. I don't like this at all. This is probably on purpose, though. Let's try something. Let's just bump that. So the difference here, the ratio between where your front and rear ring are, the rear should generally be higher than the front, as it keeps the car more stable. So we're going to try bringing this back down to where it was at. Let's try bringing these down a little bit.
331.9 kilometers per hour.
Okay. Since we have to run a separate setup anyways, we're gonna give this a shot. Oh no! There aren't that many. There aren't even second and third dampers in this game. No, they simplified it, making it a lot more approachable, I think, to newcomers. Of course, it's never explained well enough how any of it works. But there are guides out there.
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save.
But essentially what we're looking for is more car stability and turns. That's basically what all those settings mean. And some of them just represent how does the car always feel? How does the car feel when you're braking? How does the car feel when you're accelerating out of the corner? And when you're coasting in between off throttle and on throttle. It's just more accessible. It doesn't make, yeah. But if I showed you like Project Cars or Assetto Corsa, they have multiple pages of stuff. Problem with this one is the only place I know to save fuel here is these really long straights. We may not be increasing the AI difficulty for this map. I don't know. We'll see. Man, this car's squirrely on the throttle. Yeah, I'll read your message in a second here when I finish this lap. That was better. If we can get a stable second gear, I think I'll be happy that we can kind of slam it. Slam it, man. It's just a stadium right here.
Okay.
Yep, that's okay. Let's see what we got here. So having a car heavier in the back than front helps, but I've never heavier. Well, it's aero, so that's not how I save this as our Hanoi. So really, the arrow is basically when we're generating downforce on the car.
T2 tightens up more than you might
Oh, shut up,
expect as it
Jeff.
becomes T3, so stay nice and wide. Very similar to the opening
Is he really
going to
go over the whole track?
It's a long, long run from 9 through 10 and down to 11.
Okay, so it's how much downforce is generated on each part of the car. So if you have a really high front, like if the front wing was maxed out and you had like no rear wing, the car would really want to, when you go to turn in, this being the front wing, when you go to brake, you're going to get a ton of downforce on the front, which gives you a lot of turning power in the front wheels. This game is pretty realistic. It is a tiny bit arcadey, but it also simulates certain things that you wouldn't. It's geared towards Formula One and Formula One fans. It simulates everything you need to simulate to take the game seriously, but it doesn't take itself 100,000 bazillion. Like for instance, damage on the cars, side pods don't take damage, whereas in a lot of the other like full sim racing games, like I would still consider this a sim racing game in all intents and purposes. It's just that they took out some of the most complicated things that basically only me and 5 other people are interested in. That's not true, but you get what I'm saying. It's more approachable, and it's a little bit meant more to be fun. Like for instance, the tire model I think only cares that the tires are basically between 80C and 100C to get the maximum grip, whereas in some of the games I play, that grip window is much smaller and it affects how much grip you have going into the corners lap to lap. Whereas in this, once you kind of dial in the right tire pressures for a full race stint, you should be okay for that full race stint. And that's kind of hard to explain, but the Formula One cars also behave differently than like the Grand Touring cars, which are a lot more sensitive because of the way their series are set up. I guess Formula One cars are sensitive too, but kind of get the idea. Just look at the pretty colors. So all I was trying to say, so it's simpler than basically all of those car settings that you saw do one of two things. Basically, they do one of two things, maybe 3 or 4 things. Some of them are related to tire pressures, and that basically has to do with how much overall grip you get at how much you're sacrificing the carcass of the tire. It wears down faster. But in general, basically, all of those settings have to do with 3 things. When the car is just straight up driving, like when we're going down that straight, how does the car feel? If there's way too much front wing, it wants to oversteer. All oversteer means is the car wants to pirouette on itself. It wants the front wheels want to turn way more than the rear wheels do. Understeer is exactly the opposite. When you go to turn, no matter how much you turn the wheel in your max lock, and the car wants to keep going straight. That's understeer. I'm at the turn, I can't turn enough, we call that understeer. Oversteer is I go to turn and the car spins out, because the rears want to go in front of the front of the car. All those settings do are basically letting you hone when you have understeer and when you have oversteer. So there's basically 3 key points in the game in racing. It's when you're entering a corner and you're hitting the brakes. There's a point where you're hitting brakes and you're braking down to the speed you're going to take the corner at. Then there's a point when you're off the brake and off the throttle that you're coasting through the corner. And then there's a point when you're trying to hit the gas to get out of the corner. And all the different settings do in the car is some of them let you control certain aspects of one of those 3 aspects of the turn. And wings, for instance, control the entire car, how it behaves all the time. Things like anti-roll bars basically are in that coast situation. Differential is when you're coming off the throttle and when you're coming on the throttle. The more differential, it forces the wheels to lock together. So one wheel, your rear wheels aren't trying to do 2 different things as much, but it also affects how much grip you get, because the more they're locked together, the less grip you get, but you're less likely to spin out. What else? Tire pressures are tire pressures. They affect how much grip you have, but if you go way too high, they tend to destroy the tire. In the way this game works, you basically want to run the highest brake pressure you can and the lowest tire pressures you can. That's just the way the modeling works. This is where it gets into how this is a little more arcadey, sort of. It's just the way the game works. This year's versus last year's, you don't need as much tire pressure as you did. And you're also this year allowed to control each individual's tire pressure instead of just fronts versus rears. I just like to race the cars. The other thing is, if you ever get into this, there's usually setups online to go get. And I usually start with some type of setup online. And they usually say, change this or this. A lot of times you're only... I mean, for Formula 1, there's only certain things they're adjusting anyways. Like, a lot, like for instance, the engine rules. Engines are basically locked for years now. So you aren't gonna, like in other games, I can go in and adjust the gear ratios for how fast or slow each gear is. But in Formula 1, that's basically locked these days. So the game already auto-tunes your. That's why we don't see me messing with the RPMs of the engine at all, because it's already all fixed. We can upgrade our engine, and that'll make it better. But the nice thing about this game is you can just go with the default setup and drive. They're pretty decent. I'm sure there are people that can drive faster on the default setup than I can drive with what would be like the best setup. But we also lowered the assists. Basically, there's just a tiny amount of traction control on, and that's about it. Just so we don't spin out all the time, and I can have a little bit more fun and talk. Because when the traction control's off, you got to be really careful, and you got to have a pretty dialed-in setup. What the hell is this? This is the overtake option. This is this practice program is to practice using the overtake button, which they changed this year, and it's kind of dumb. We only use the overtake button in this session. Yeah, if there was a combo race, oh man, I'd be set, wouldn't I? I'd be all set. Have you played it all? I've been checking in on Draco's weeklies, but I've just not had the time to participate. I know Ridley had a whole thing going on too, so he's not been around too much either. So we're hitting a button here to get more power to the engine. It's just basically a turbo button. It's literally what it is. I am so worried about that corner in the race. I'm going to get passed by so many fools. Yeah, I think we don't have to upgrade the AI in this one. This is only the second time we would have raced on this track, so... I just want to have a race that sort of sets my car where I have to drive well to kind of finish. Around mid-pack is sort of where our car should be. Yeah, we did it. Uh-oh. OOT? OOT sucks, though. But I know they have different rule sets now. So maybe it doesn't suck as much. Uh-oh, here we go. It's time for... Well, let's do race pace first. And then we'll try to do some crazy laps. But let's do race pace on the soft tire. So, soft tire versus medium tire. Soft tire has more grip. But they destroy themselves rather quickly. So they're meant for qualifying, and because of the way the qualifying rules work, we have to start the race on them, in all likelihood. So we'll probably run only about 10 laps before these tires are toast.
Here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
But for race strategy, I need to know how many laps these tires last, and I don't care so much how much the mediums last, which the game wants me to know. I want to know how far these tires can take us, basically. Because that lets me figure out my pit strategy. Because we basically pit when these are toast. And we already ran the other sim on the mediums. I just need those mediums. Yeah, you test them. And you'll feel it in the car, like the turning will stop. So you'll see that. Once they get to around 50%, you really feel that they're pretty worn. And in this game, it sims them getting punctures and stuff too, so the more worn they get, the more prone they are to having damage from curbs and things. It's just they have a certain, like, assume that the softs have like a grip factor of 120 and the mediums have a grip factor of 100, and that's where they start. And then the percentage wears down how much turning radius you have. Well, just how much grip you have turning. So the softs are good for a few laps, but then eventually the mediums would be more consistent because the percentages go on this tire wear go up slower on the harder tire compounds. There is a hard tire compound, but given how we drive, we almost never use it unless the track is really abrasive and there's too many laps. Wow, we're not even on the clock. Ah! You know, we haven't actually had to use a flashback yet, so we're doing pretty good. but I don't feel we're very fast. Now we have to go around again. So you see it showed us the average fuel used and how much tire wear was on that one lap. So we know these softs are going to be good for about 10 laps. It's really bad. We might not be able to do the race one. I do not have the pace. Not very good at this track. Yep, you can't see him. If I had another camera... Yeah, these simulators, I mean, I call them simulators because this all started like 20 years ago with these. I mean, there's games, I have NASCAR Racing 2003, which is still like the best NASCAR race sim, and it's made by a company that had a lot of the people disseminated into these other companies that make these games. Still, if you've ever heard of iRacing, that's where they came from, a group that I used to race online with on older games. But, I mean, they basically are taken from simulators. In fact, the Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is another one of these games, actually has a warning at the start that you can't resell their simulator because without permission. I really like how we're getting through that one corner. That's a good sign for our setup. I just have to get better. It's not good that these guys are in our way. We might take a flashback just to get around them. I'm being a little bit aggressive just because they're in our way.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
I'll catch that message in a minute. I gotta focus on this lap. Binti? It's surrealistic. That's what it is. It's just surrealism at its finest. The nice thing about Star Fox 64 is unless your time is less than 20 minutes, they don't even review it. They just assume you have that time. Why review anything that takes longer than 30 minutes? Their boards are amazing. That's someone else's joke. I'm so afraid of pumping the gas in first gear. So our car, there's also R&D in this game, and there's three main aspects of it. Aero, powertrain, and basically chassis handling, weight and weight reduction, weight distribution, tire wear, and those kind of things. So we have basically the best aero and the worst everything else. So the car is really heavy in corners, but our aero package is really good.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
No one checks it. I'll read what you said in a moment. Oh, that car tried to pass us, and that was bad on their part. So we have to get... This lap has to be good, otherwise we don't get the bonus points. Oh, God. I might have to actually look at my cheat sheet. I have a cheat sheet from another game that tells me what all the setup stuff means. But I specifically need I need an effect that makes the car more stable under acceleration. And I think it's softening the anti-roll bars more, like I did. But I think I actually need to soften them even more. Throw a shell, that's right. They need blue shells. This section I am so scared of in the race. Just screw it up. I don't know why I was doing that, but we got away with it. Nope, we missed it.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap.
We don't have enough points. We'll just. Yes, there are disasters. In fact, every single race I have, the AI, for some reason, manages to have a pileup. Maybe someone was really proud of their Star Wars Super, completely destroyed by Sector X warp and should have reset, but didn't. Yeah. I'm not good enough at like I would legitimately be scared. Let's just run with the same.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 41.4.
Oh, that's what I was going to look up while we do this. GTR. There is a card. GTR. Here you go. So here is if you want to understand everything about car setup in a quote-unquote real sim. This document holds true for every game, basically. So what we look at is, so basically it tells you, first of all, what the step 0 through step 21 of how to set up your car, and you basically look at what well, when you say cheat sheet, it's more like, okay, the first thing we do is set up the gearbox. We have to use Motec is a telemetry program, and visual means how the car is behaving, so you look at the RPMs. So it basically tells you what to look at, and then what to compare. And it tells you how hard it is to do that, and what, so like, if the interior tire temperature is this versus the exterior tire temperature, then you need to increase the negative camber and stuff like that. And this is specifically for the game called GTR. But what I need to know is car too nervous, transitioning from braking to acceleration, decrease preload. So what that tells me is I need to decrease I'm looking at step 6 if you care. Wish I could just show this easily. But they have different differential settings. In this game, I just have differential on throttle and off throttle. So we're gonna do this lap, and then we're gonna come back because we're really gonna check it out on the. This is just the acclimatization program, which we have to basically do a slalom course. The car is nervous under acceleration, and if I can solve that, we don't have to worry about increasing the traction control.
Get through each corner, the higher the score. You'll need to deploy your DRS in the DRS zone.
I want the car to be more stable under acceleration. Pony brain. We'll see if we can figure it out. We'll teach you. The whole thing about learning setups is you just want to learn how one part behaves, and the hardest thing to get in someone's brain is you should only be changing one thing on the car at a time and feel out what that difference is after driving it a few laps. Now, once you get a little bit more experience, you kind of know the game well and kind of how the game's going to behave, so there's certain things you just know, whoa, like that. Now, in this case, we're actually going to show you what a flashback is. You can actually go back, which is cool. The slalom courses I really don't like because it doesn't necessarily follow the correct racing line. It follows the ideal racing line, which isn't always the best like that. Like that, we could have just kept going. But we're just way off. Koya, when are you going to play Euro Truck Sim? You can play with the controller, I'll allow it. Because I do that all the time.
DRS zone is coming up. Get ready.
See, like that. What is
Distance
happening? Maybe we'll just skip this session? I don't know. Get out of my way, dude. Really? Really?
DRS zone is coming up. Get
Really?
ready to open it.
Alright, let's just go back to the garage. Let's go back to the garage and read the thing that I want to read. Because we don't really need these points. What do we know about what have we learned? We've learned that the tire wear factor is 0.82, which means something. Race fuel load is going to be 55 kilograms of fuel. Oh, America! I'd love to see some Koya hardcore American Truck Sim. I'd love to see it. So we're going to go out and do some quali here. what I think we need. So, differential. So we want to increase it. Stable braking. No. Advantages of a more open setup are less tubular and a more gradual transition of traction loss was moved. Okay, let's try bringing this up. Let's try bringing this up. Really? Let's try. Let's leave those the same. I mean, hell, let's just try the qualifying setup. We have tires. Let's go for it. You're telling me I'm not going to get a lap in. I disagree with you. Quest for the wheel and then run the... Yes! That's... See, Loverish has all the ideas. You can play that game with a controller, though. It's not too bad.
Okay, this is a quali sim.
I have no idea why the game says I don't have time to get that in.
Will be doing, so that's
what the hell settings did we just change? Oh, we moved up the differentials. And so we're going to really try to drive it coming out of some of these corners and see if we can... see if the car is stable. Koya's quest for the wheel. It's better than Oscar for the SNES. Remember Oscar for the SNES? No one does. No one does. Okay. Differential definitely is helping. Way too wide on that corner. No, Oscar is in, like, I think the Academy Oscar. Why would I make fun of good people? Oops, we are way too wide. Okay, so the car doesn't want to come around there, so that's good. That's good. We're not very fast, but the car doesn't want to come around, so that's nice. This track, by the way, was created. They didn't run it this year. Words? Yeah, the gold statue for the SNES. Okay, car's a little bit more stable there. We're definitely gaining time. Game thinks we had a fast sector too, so that's nice. Oh boy, I don't like those turns. Why can't that just be a straight? It's like right there, the turn-in is not as hard, so we either need more wing. Although wing here is probably a bad idea. I wonder what else we can change. Oh, I caught the wall. It's the end of the lap, so it doesn't matter. But we're way off the pace. Oscar is a platform game that was... Wow, it was on a lot of things. Wow. Yeah, he was some kind of... I don't even know if he was a mascot for their thing. I don't know.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Hamilton, Lawrence, and Valtteri Bottas. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
Look at our lap times. Our lap times definitely got better. Let's see, the best lap we had was on the mediums with mediums was that 142.936. Yeah, you collect the Oscars. Pretty sure we're on. Yeah, we did increase the difficulty. Okay. That guy had a bunch of pot, therefore he's not driving. But he's sitting in his backyard. Let's go to practice 2. The game is terrible. The game is absolutely terrible. You'd rather play, what's its face? Not Dynamite Heady, the saving setups in this game leave something to be desired. So we increase this on throttle. Can we just ride it again, see what we can get? Wheel of Fortune. Cartridge. Oh dear. Usually best to have the rear suspension and anti-roll bar softer so the car squats during acceleration and out of corners, makes it less prone to oversteer. So let's soften the rear suspension and soften the rear anti-roll bar. Let's just soften this all around.
So, we'd like to run the acclimatization program if you have a chance before qualifying. It'll give us a good indication of our relative
Let's see if
pace
we can
and
get a little bit
consistency.
more out of the car. Wheel of Fortune is like the... Wasn't that like the big speedrunning game? 2019? Like how Tetris was? Rystar, the best platformer ever. Is that a joke, or are you being serious? Man, if we ever get confidence to drive through that at full lick, we'll be the fastest car in the field. Okay, the car doesn't want to snap oversteer anymore. We are gonna get wrecked in this race. We're gonna get wrecked. So that noise you're hearing is the car hitting the track, just barely. We really got that turn kind of nailed down. That's pretty good. Okay, those setup changes really made the car a lot more stable. It may not be as fast, but it's way more stable. Like, I can hit the gas there and I know I'm not going to get nailed.
Well, program over, but that wasn't much help to us.
Oh,
We
shut
did
up,
again, I'm
Jeff.
afraid.
Can we just do the program again? Let's try the program again. So they've screwed this up. Instead of it being 3 laps, that's why you see the 2 DNFs. There should be 3 laps. I don't know why they messed that up. Let's do another one. We're going to get crushed in this qualifying. We really are. If we get crushed, we'll just take new parts on the car, because we're going to need them for some of the races we're good at. Questioning how bad are the tires. 20%. This track eats tires. Holy crap. Come on, pile-ups. That's right. You might even see a safety car. Game sim safety cars and virtual safety cars. So we'll try one more of these quali sims and then we'll just go to qualifying. So I don't need all the resource points. We can't even spend them fast enough. In theory, we should be qualifying close to midfield. Maybe better, maybe worse. We really don't do that corner very well. We're losing multiple tenths. See that lurch? We really don't want that. We want to get rid of that. We're way off pace now. We weren't making it anyways, though. We're not making it anyways. One behind us. All right. Sun too bright, can't see. It's just like real driving.
Car repairs have...
Let's try lowering on throttle. Hope I'm in the lines. Can't see.
The car settings screen on your multi-function display will allow you to change various settings
we'll
as you
try one more,
drive.
and then we're
Open
going to
the
do our
display with
quali.
the MFD button.
You can actually play this game with a controller, believe it or not. Before I pulled out my wheel, that's what I was doing. Well, I was playing 2018's version. I just would like some confidence in accelerating out of corners in this car without it spinning out. Yeah. Sometimes it's, I mean, it can kind of hurt your back and stuff, though. It gets tiring a lot quicker. I really don't understand how they timed out these corners. Let's go back. Yeah, let's go back to that. Still within the line, though, so it's okay. Feel like a dud. Never get a good exit out of this corner. What's really crazy is we have the fastest time in the session, but we can't pass the qualifying sim. I feel the times are set arbitrarily too high. Wally should have won. Speaking of Oscars, Wally should have won the Oscar for best film that year. So screwed. We're so screwed. Well, that year in particular, none of the films that were in Best Picture really deserved Best Picture. It was a very bad field. Man, getting crushed. We are getting crushed.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:39.9.
Any other setup advice? Just looking for I don't know, maybe we go forward with this. What else can we mess with? We can soften the hell out of this and see what happens. Alright, we'll try one more. What do we have for tire sets? Tire rules? Oh, we have plenty of tires. Okay, let's use this last set. We normally don't do this much practice, but I'm trying to get good. We'll see what happens. So we took a whole bunch out of that front anti-roll bar. And really all I'm looking for is just a little bit more confidence exiting corners, so I can get on the throttle sooner. Mid-speed corners, okay. Let's See what happens at low gear, which is always my fear. Ram him. He is in the way, I will give you that. He's very much in the way. Okay, that was a lot more stable. I don't know, maybe this is our setup. We're losing time on this straight because of our wing settings are too high. Yeah, it's the anti-roll bar. Hey, I think we figured it out. Whoa! No, 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 no. Okay, it turned around there. So what's this, mid-speed? No, this is coming down to the low.
Program complete.
Okay, I rammed the wall to get that one done. Alright, I think we go with that. The car feels better. Where are we in the standings? Okay, we're back on pace at least. Is that a Pokemon? What is that?
And with all the cars now over the line,
wow, we were
let's see our
fastest in
top
the
three
session.
again.
That's good.
Lawrence, Hamilton, and Carlos
It's
Sainz.
just a cat. That's all you get. Oh, interview time.
Let's have your take on it. You put in a lot of time on the track today. Was there a reason for this?
See if we can boost our powertrain,
You left a lot of
guys.
paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
Get the arrow, guys.
Appreciate your time.
What? I'm sorry. Don't spit out your drink. She's actually a real interviewer. They also have Will Buxton in the game. So I'm just gonna let practice 3 go. Is it gonna rain this session? Qualifying is not in the rain, race is still in the rain. I'm gonna refill my water.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Bottas, Hamilton, and Daniel Ricciardo. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Can you hear that? Can you hear the fan? The fan's loud. That was not the cup I wanted to fill with water. It tastes like powder. I think there was powder in it. Alright, so now we gotta make sure we have a good engine in the car. We're gonna get paid out some points. I don't think we can do anything with these points yet. We don't have enough. How did we not get that much acclaim? I think you get more points if you top the timesheets in each session. You're gonna get off the interwebs. See you later. We're about to qualify and race. We have time to race yet. Not a problem. I got addicted. Watch out. Let's go to a new engine. Everything else is probably okay. Probably okay. Probably okay. So here's the R&D tree. Weight distribution sounds pretty good. Distribution sounds really good. All right, well we got the setup we're going with, so hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're good. Wow, that was really bad. I got really loose there. Uh-oh. 140, you say? Are we even capable of that? Are we just gonna get crushed? Well, we'll get out of the session with that. take some damage, but get out of the session with that. We're above Mick.
Car repairs have set us back a little.
Question is, are we gonna stay up? 139 should honestly be enough. If what's his name put up a 140. One more run at it. I think we got out of the first qualifying session. Yeah, they're still putting up 140s. We do need a good lap here. Need a much better lap here to get in the top 10. But if we don't get in the top 10, we can consider taking new engine parts. Starting from the back. I promise starting at the back, it's going to be a lot of cars they have to pass on this stupid track. The good news is it does have a pretty couple of long straights that we should be able to outgun people. Really just depends how this session goes. If we get a good session or not. Too wide there. We lost time, so I'm not too worried about penalizing myself for that. Certainly for like 16th, I'll probably just take any car parts. It's a pretty good lap. Sixth. Basically a full second faster than our prior lap. That should get us into Q3. We can still always take that engine if we wanted to, but it probably is a Monaco thing, because I don't think we're going to perform well at Monaco. See, we're a full second off of those top guys. So Q3, you get a fresh set of tires to go at it. And before the race, I actually have to take a pill, so. If we're gonna let it all hang out here, this is the one to do it. Take a different line through there. bit too hot there. Brakes got a little bit too hot, probably. Well, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Undergrad. Looks like we're going to qualify right
We've had to spend
behind.
time repairing the damage to the car.
I don't think we can beat them. I mean, look at how far ahead 3 of them are. It looks like the ones behind us won't be able to beat us either. So we're just going to take our 7th and be happy.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Bottas, and Daniel Ricciardo. With qualifying complete...
No interview? Okay. All right. Time to race. Ugh.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. A lap of Hanoi circuit then, 3.4 miles around the Vietnamese capital. A number of the 23 corners take their inspiration from other great circuits, hopefully creating plenty of passing opportunities. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, We have Ricciardo, Vettel, Charles Leclerc, Lawrence, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, and Esteban Ocon. Raikkonen, Kvyat, Lance Stroll, and Gasly, Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen, and George Russell, Albon, Norris, De Vries, and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Alright. You know, because the game, we've managed to screw the game up several times on the formation lap. We just skipped the formation lap now. Here we go.
Drive-through penalty, you...
Let's restart the race. I wasn't all set. Wow, really? I've never seen that before. Anti-stall enabled. Because they were too low. Can we get in front of him, maybe? Hitting me, right? Or are they just all piling up behind me?
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
No, we have a small gap. We kind of have this pocket between the top three teams and us, and then everyone else. So our driving's a little bit better, and our car is about the same as theirs. Get off of that rich setting. It's a long race. Whoa, oversteer. Hello. How you doing? That's really oversteery. Our car is seemingly faster in the straight than them. So that other tick of the wing, if we could actually have gone lower on the wing, we would be gaining even more time on the straights. But we're definitely faster than Perez and Kvyat. Oops. I was reading. Yeah, sorry. Well, if you're gonna just ram my butt, yeah, I realize I jumped the track. I was reading something.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Yeah, it was cheating. Thankfully, we didn't take any damage. We got cars. We got Verstappen. Oh, he damaged the car. Good for us, I guess. It was an accident.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Pro tip, don't completely miss your braking zone. So we're going to try to go 10 laps on these tires. We'll see where we're at in a few laps. Got a notification that Koya started streaming. I'll check out what he's doing after this race. Hi. I know you. How are you doing? Bob Fair. Remind me what stream I know you from. Why can I not think of it? Raven?
Gap to car in front is
Why can I not remember?
2.5 seconds. We're leading our teammate by 5.6 seconds.
Yogi, yes, Yogi. Yeah, why could I not? Yogi's been playing all these weird games and then just all of a sudden started playing Solomon's Key again. I didn't get to see his attempts because we ran the Dota 2 gauntlet again, the roguelike, the Nogue-like, the Noid-like. Everyone is Yonoid. I don't know why. We're doing a Formula 1 race. We ticked up the difficulty, so we're actually doing really well, and we killed the car in front of us. So we're doing really well. It's actually pretty cool. It's a career mode. So we added our own team to the grid, and all of our actions have consequences. Our car is basically a little bit worse than where we're currently riding. How are you doing today? Not a problem. Just wait till you type something in chat and I hit a wall while trying to read it. We got someone on our butts. No, we don't. I don't know why it's giving that icon. Oh, I was trying to read chat. We'll take that back. I don't know. I thought you said something, and I'm like, what? Where's the chat? My mind was like, oh, that's not how you read chat at all. All right, we are gonna go to another fuel mode here because our fuel, we have plenty of extra fuel. We try not to take back too many things, but it's the way they have the MFDs set up. It's really hard to like change stuff. Yeah, it's really fun. But if you just want to race laps and still have some kind of career mode, but it's mostly just R&D stuff.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.1
Just get the other
seconds.
ones when they're cheaper. Like, really the primary difference is they redid My Team mode. They created My Team mode. If you just want to play through a season with like R&D stuff and if just racing is fun to you and setups and things, the previous renditions are largely the same with the exception of the My Team mode. Whereas the old ones, you just pick a team and you could pick the worst team on the grid if you wanted to, or the
We're
best one.
approaching the pit window.
But yeah, this game
You'll
is
be on
really
the
fun.
softs.
And I'm sort of kind of in the COVID world, sort of found something I can focus
Okay,
on
the
that's
car
fun.
pilot is catching you by
It's
5
sort of
tenths a
beginning to
lap,
turn
5
around
tenths.
everything else. Because I try to do it in Factorio, but man, it's just, for some reason my mind is just having lots of troubles with how isolated everything is. Oh, Kvyat is on our,
Moving to
bus.
mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
We need to get that fuel mix 2 on. Yep, and we also turned down the traction control as well, so a lot of this we've had to play with setups and learn some things we haven't done in a while in a lot of racing games. But the default setups were pretty good. Wheel or gamepad. Yeah, this guy's gonna pass us, and there's really not a whole lot we can do that isn't dirty. Our wing settings are much higher, and the power on this track of
Okay, focus.
the
We need to
DRS
stay on form.
drag reduction system when you're behind someone. It's just we don't have a lot to fight back if someone's on our rear like that. And likewise, we should be able to pass someone if we can get behind them. Kind of didn't 100% get rid of a squirrely car with no traction. If we turned on the traction control, we'd be much more stuck to the ground. But we wanted to try something a little bit harder, so we don't just easily win races and things. And we also ticked up the difficulty to hopefully kind of make this feel more like a mid-pack team. And that seems to be what we're getting out of this, so I don't remember exactly when we came in, but I was talking about how we're sort of a mid-pack. The technology our car has should put us at about a
Careful, we
mid-pack
think you're
team,
going to start losing some tire grip around now.
and we're performing a little better with my driving. Like my teammate is pretty mid-pack and pretty consistently beating him all the time. So it's an incentive to do well without us like easily winning races. But we did win the first 2 races this season. But they're also on tracks we know a lot better. This is a brand new circuit to this game. In fact, I don't know of any other game that has this circuit currently. I don't think R Factor has it either. But yeah, I mean, this game is a lot of fun. Tires are kind of coming off a little bit here. Once we'd like to get them to about lap 10, and we'll fit new softs. We could just go medium first and see how that goes, and then low fuel finish the race with softs, hopefully with more pace. I kind of think that's better than what the game was telling us to do. But it probably wanted us to fit softs so that we have more opportunity to pass cars and defend. Because they're probably all going to fit softs as well. Someone's going to go on hards, try to go to the end of the race, but I think you're going to lose too much time in these corners with hard tires. There's too many of these, just hold the turn. And you really need, like, these kind of corners, you need that grip.
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the
Yeah,
inner.
we're gonna
Gap to
hold out.
teammate behind is 5.5
Jeff's going to yell at
seconds.
us, but we're holding out here. Once we start missing corners, then we'll worry about it. I watched someone else play this, and they can never read chat while playing. Chat moves a lot faster. I can see that being difficult. He's also got like a full rig, so and the rig has a lot of feedback, whereas mine, I don't have a cord to plug in the feedback or wall outlet to put it in. No outlets left. Or rather, there's nowhere I can like put that cord, so to speak. The power pack's really stupid on it. Well, okay, I gotta still make the corner, dude. Yeah, you know what, Ocon? You can just go. I hope you damage your wing doing that, bro. I just want a clean race. I don't care if it's 8th. What's the concern? Yeah, he's a little bit... Yeah, our tires are falling off. He's on softs too, though. But he might be on fresh soft, so I don't know what position he qualified in. Ours were already worn starting the race. Game? No, don't put me in the pit lane yet. I remember that the game wants to put us in the pit lane. We're going to start sealing that fall off, though, so we should probably pit next lap.
Signs is in the pits. Our gap to the car in front is 5.3 seconds.
A little bit wide there. We're going to see how far we can go on mediums. Because if we can get the rest of the race on mediums, we don't want to have to pit again if we don't have to. We get people pitting. Right now we're going to rejoin near the back of the pack on mediums. That's probably why it wants us on the softs, is because we can navigate through all those people. But I just don't see it happening. I think we're going to get more if we just pit later. Let those in front of us pit first, so to speak. So we'll go medium. Our tire wear is getting up there, so we're going to pit this our next lap. This should get us a little bit more breathing room. Oh, that's Hamilton behind us. Oh, I see what's happening. People have pitted and they're passing us again. Yeah, these guys, like Hamilton's way faster than us. He has the best car in the grid. And he's a clear second favorite over his best competition. We'll probably keep him behind us for a little bit. The fact that we're keeping up a little bit with him is we should see. Let's see how bad our lap is compared to our previous lap. Or our best lap, I should say. Way too hectic. Yeah. Okay, we're really slow. Box this lap. Box this lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
There's the leader. He's actually able to make a pit stop, stay in the lead. That's how fast they are. It's really hard to practice pit-ins in this game, so we may be flashbacking on practicing. Come on, Hamilton, we need to go. Check out that new Black Lives Matter livery. Or maybe it's not applied. It looks like it's been applied. Hard to tell. It's flying by. They're just gone. Their cars are way better. The one issue that we really have with this car is weight. We have very few of the weight upgrades, and we have basically the worst car in the grid in terms of chassis, so weight distribution, just how much the car weighs over the other guys. Okay, I'm not blocking you. This Raikkonen's also faster than us. Is it? It should be Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes are faster than us. The others we should be able to beat. Alright, just in case we screw up the pit. There's no speeding penalties, please. Did we get a penalty? Hang on, we gotta go back. I didn't know the pit lane started there. Well... There we go. No penalty. Alright. Teammate in the pits, but we'll be okay.
Is coming in for his stop.
Okay. We'll try mediums and we'll see what happens.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Go now.
Will I know? there's Verstappen. Remember we bashed him earlier.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So we're going to keep an eye on how good or bad these tires are. They're going to have better grip than where we just came off of, but they're not going to have as much total grip as the other tires did. But basically be like mini soft tires for a few laps, and then it'll kind of fall off a little bit. Maybe GT racing is more your style. Sometimes I like to do that one, and just it's a lot easier to kind of get into a groove. It's a lot of gap racing, where you're racing more a gap than you are a car. You pass them, and then it's pretty much maintaining gaps. AI, anyways. Races are a lot longer too. Unless you sim, you can always sim them to be shorter. So there's still cars in front of us that have not pitted. So we're probably going to end up loosely where we were, maybe minus a position or two. I think we started 6th or 7th. Wow, that's a bad turn. Would have been nice to get in the DRS range on this cat.
The gap behind us is 2.2 seconds.
Well, the guys behind us are on hards, so we should be okay to continue to gap them. If we have to pit again, we're going to go onto the softs. We should have another set of softs ready. But let's keep an eye on the gap. We got about 2 seconds to Raikkonen. What we really don't want to see is that gap come down, because that means we really missed the setup and we're not driving very well. We should be gaining like a second a lap. It broke the graphics card? Oh no. Yeah, that game is amazing. We streamed it yesterday as a test to see if this new laptop would completely burn out. But it actually performed like a champ, and I was impressed. Ridley was impressed, too. You have a wheel and stuff? So we're gaining on Perez. No, we're not. We're gaining on no one.
Okay, gap ahead is
bad.
2.3 seconds.
Just freely admit I'm just bad. I don't know this track, so I claim nothing. I'm just trying to get through it. The fact that we haven't had to use a single flashback except for when I was reading chat and not knowing the pit lane entrance. We're doing really good in my book. We haven't had to actually break off us screwing up. There comes one position back. Nothing wrong with the controller. I used to do it all the time. It's a lot easier to not have to set up something. Makes you play more often. This wheel has to like have a home under the desk now. You got a good controller for it, it's going to be just as good. In fact, the best players at this particular game, are playing on controller. Hey, we're catching up to Verstappen. Nice. Actually see him. Yeah, I mean, just having one is nice, but a lot of people are like, oh, you gotta have like the crazy sim racing with all the crazy force feedback, and I just grew used to my cheap one. But it certainly lets you feel the car in a much different way, I feel, than you can on the gamepad. Gamepad, you gotta have at least some confidence in how you set up the car and stuff. Whoa. I gotta be more aggressive on that one turn. Alright, putting some time on
We're
the
starting
cars
to catch
behind.
the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Wait, where the hell did you get that idea from, Jeff? What if I want to pit again? We're already at 10% on the tires, though. We'll see. Basically, if we get towards 50 and we aren't on like a lap 24 or 5, then we're gonna need to I swear I almost drive better when there's a competitor in front of me. Whoa, oversteer. I think we need about 20 seconds if we want to pit and stay in front of some of these cats. Now we're in DRS range. Let's just ride the curve, please. Thank you. Well, DRS at least would let us get some more space on the people behind us, even if we can't pass him. Because Red Bull is the third best team, and we're like 5th or 6th, depending on what ratio you're, whatever R&D you're looking at. On a track like this, the fact that our car weighs so much in these corners is a big issue, even though our aero is really good. Have a good night. See you later. I'm gonna wrap up this race and that'll be the stream here. Halfway done now. No safety car yet. We tend to get those all the time, and it's not me causing them. So when did we pit lap? Yeah, we're gonna have to pit again. Maybe hards were the way to go, but I just think they're slow. Oops.
Verstappen is stopping now.
Oh, we were getting ahead of him anyways. So Carlos Sainz, 10 seconds ahead of us, and we milled about 4 seconds out of those behind us. This might be the best position we're going to get until anyone pits. Leclerc we're not going to beat. He's on hards though, we might catch up to him. Mediums may have been the wrong call. We're at 20% wear after 8 laps, so we might get to the end of the race on these. We just might. Whoa, how are you doing? But it's troubling that we're not gaining a whole lot on the people behind us. And again, one's on mediums though, so we know he's pitting again, but the one behind him. I wonder how far the leader is in front of everyone. Carlos Sainz pitting from 7th. It's a bad turn.
That's P6, P6.
It's not P6, P7. Vettel and Leclerc. Full race update.
You have P7, 7th place. Vettel is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Ricardo is behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 28.8 seconds. That was our last stop.
Bullshit. No, no, no. That was a really aggressive maneuver that he would have been penalized for. Let's just hold the racing line and see what he does. You might have DRS. Hold the racing line. Get another update in a second here. Didn't give me the arrow either. It just like magically showed up. But he's gonna get ahead of us. I just kind of want to let him go. He has a better car. It's one of the top teams. Yeah, blue is Red Bull. Full race update.
You're sat in P8. Ricardo is ahead of you. They're on fresh mediums. Right.
And then they brake check you every time. I just want a full race update, guys. Full race update.
8th place. You're in 8th place. Ricardo ahead. They're on fresh mediums. Raikkonen is behind you. Our gap behind is 4.2 seconds. They're on old hards. The gap to the leader is 28.8 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 12 laps to go.
We might get to the end on these tires. It'll probably be better than pitting.
We're leading our teammate by 23.1 seconds. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre.
Oh, bullshit. Lack of grip more than anything. Okay, it's way wide. We gotta take that better. At least the mediums appear to be holding up okay. We're going to be at about 60% though when we get to the end of the race. But we only have to run a lap or two at 50%. Certainly not worth pitting.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds. Is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
So he's eventually going to get to us. Ocon is the best of the rest. Yeah, see, like right now if we pit, we're going to come out 15. That's not very good. And we're not going to get that time back, so... If we were going to come out like 9th, we might go for it. So these tires got to finish the race at this point. Somebody else might actually pit though. That might give us some breathing room. Some of these medium runners may be going to softs in the next lap or two. No guarantees, but they might. Safety car would really change everything. Because then we'd be able to get in, and I think everyone else would have to pit too. Okay, that's really wide. Hey, thanks, tires. I thought they were going to grip better, and they didn't. We just should take these in second gear, because the grip level's really coming off. Even this one should just be in second gear. Trying to figure out what gear I want. I'm just changing it. Everyone in the vicinity is running on mediums. It would help us if they would just pit. They may. This is kind of the last lap for them to do so, though. Otherwise, it's not really worth it to pit.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Who am I racing?
Okay, our main competitors in this race are Ricciardo and Ocon.
Well, we're probably giving up this next position due to bad tires. But we probably can keep 7. Tires are not letting us run flat for that anymore. Yeah, we need to be in that gear.
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
Can't drive any softer, dude. They should make it though. If we're only doing like 3% a lap, the last couple laps are going to be crazy, but if we lose a position, it's not worth hitting anymore. If we had some more R&D and tire wear, we would have
Okay,
been...
gap ahead is 3.4 seconds.
That's Ricardo. Oh, we were way too wide. bad. It was really bad. Ocon's gonna be on our butts. I can't really see him because of chat, so if he completely wrecks us, I'm taking it back. Can't even see my mirrors with all the information on the screen. I should put up the virtual mirror. New fastest lap of the race. I guess that makes sense. We must have hit a crux here for our tires as well. You see we have best sector 1 time. That wasn't a track cut. Six laps to go. See, it was almost our best lap. So we've now hit the equilibrium point between tires and fuel. So this lap might even be faster. And our aero could be helping as well because there's less fuel on board. This car's lighter. Oh, we pushed Ocon back too, so that's good. Not a lot of passing though, unfortunately. It's supposed to be a really exciting track for that. But we're just not seeing it because of our strategy. Just not seeing it because of our strategy. In fact, we're exactly where we qualified, if I'm not mistaken. Ocon might get us, though. We're having a lot of trouble in some of these corners. Part of it's me, part of it's the lack of grip from the tires. There is a finite limit to how far we can go on some of these corners. There's another fastest lap of the race. We might be close to our fastest lap, it's just the sectors, those bad turns really get us now. A couple bad turns.
The car in front is 4.2 seconds.
Really get loose. We should pull up the diff
There's
more.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Did this in 2019 or 2018. Kind of pushed the diff up as the tires wore down pretty bad. It helped. It helped some stability. Going to be 4 to go at the line, so we should be okay, but the tires are going to get pretty bad. And here's, yeah, you see the DRS. We're just not able to keep up with
We've
that.
lost a position. That's us down a place.
Repeat. We cannot compete with him. As long as Sainz stays behind. Oh boy. I thought he was going to make a mistake. Yeah, see, our tires are just so toast that, I mean, we can't keep up with that. It's got to be a weight issue, too.
Keep managing your tires. Manage your tires.
I don't know what other tire management you want me to do, man. We are going to get DRS to help us out a little bit here. Let's see, current time is 1 10. barely catching them. Yeah, I think the wings being a little bit too high may have hurt us on these straights. And we probably were casually losing a few tenths a lap to a lot of these guys. Our tires are really bad. Those sights looking to get us. Keep them out of DRS range to the final lap. We probably can do it, but otherwise we're going to give up another position. Still a good race though. We didn't have to ever flashback except for stream related things. I'll take a no flashback race any day.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds.
But we were slow. We gotta get faster. Oops. As soon as I say something. Back hurts though. Alright, well we just gave up a whole bunch of time there, so... As soon as I start talking and not paying attention to hitting that little rhythm section there, our tires are really bad. Three laps to go, we're probably losing this position as well. And I'm probably not going to defend it very hard. The hope that we can keep the next position. At least the AI difficulty is making a difference, because normally we'd be not having an issue keeping this.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
But it still wouldn't have been worth it to hit again. Because we're probably eating like 5 to 10 seconds of loss here versus a 20-second stop. As long as the tire doesn't explode, we're in good shape. Yeah, here he comes. Can't do too much about Carlos here. Good news is the next guy's pretty far off. 10th is pretty much safe. But we might end up 9th, but we still ran a really good race. And I just don't have enough to... our wings are set too high to really fight these guys. But it's probably helping us now that we have no grip. More than earlier when we got a bigger lead earlier. They wouldn't be on us as hard as they are now. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go with destroyed tires. We could have gone hard tire. I guess that was an idea too.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.
But if we're losing about a second, let's say, per lap,
is 34.4 seconds.
slow down. Can't do any worse than 9th, so we're still going to finish in the points. Viat is out of DRS range for now, but he's going to catch up to us on this straight. We might try to defend this. Move a bit aggressively because it's the end of the race. Glad we didn't bust the tire. That was just a flat out mistake. We are on sim damage, by the way, so things like that can break the car. Viat, how are we gonna stop you from doing anything to us? Well, how are we lose?
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. This is your final lap.
Whoa,
Final lap of the race.
Dude. Hopefully you broke your car. You do get DRS on them. Let's see if we can get them. No, there's no way. It's too much on the throttle. That weight. Oops. That's not even what I wanted to hit. You stupid game. Well, we get 9. We did alright. No tires left, we did fine.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over time. That was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
The tire actually broke under the curb, and then it didn't want to turn anymore. We'll go back and redo that. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. We were trying too hard on the final lap. Just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Happy little. Damn it! Can we? Is it possible to finish like this? We got 8 seconds in hand and way too far to go. Let's not do that. We just finished the race. Just finished the race. Now that we know where we are on the track. Good race. Final lap. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. The tires are completely destroyed. And with sim mode on, they start to blow up on you around this too, and I'm not really sure how realistic that is, but digressing for another day. Checker flag. Get a good night.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Lando.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the Vietnam Grand Prix. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
No bonus. I think the bonus you only get if you finish in the top in the session, which is kind of stupid if you're
So let's
trying to
review
have
the
good
updated
races.
driver standing.
But that was pretty good. The updated what do you call it?
Valtteri Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's result. So, Anthony Davidson,
Wow.
who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they
Yeah, we
fight
can
their
see
way
the
towards
best
the
lap
top.
here.
Well, that
About
was
2
certainly an
seconds diff.
incredible weekend of
So now
racing.
we're
Be
back
sure
where
to
we
join
kind of
myself and
belong.
Ant for more exciting Formula One action
Yeah, this
soon.
is pretty good. And the Schumacher's is still a second behind us. His stats kind of suck though. All right. Well. Well, I think we found the right difficulty to work with, at least for now. Thanks for watching. Don't know when we're doing the next one, but good test of the machine. We did get fast lap in a session, but we didn't get the other two. They pay a lot weekly though. Low. You only hit 500. I think the max damage you can do is 50 grand. I don't think you can do any worse. Chinese Grand Prix. Next. See ya.